I know this is one of the best weeks of our lives here. We come here and we see everybody we know, but also, be part of the event. So who knows what Cambridge have in store for next year? I'm curious, but it's going to be hard to beat. So, but so far so good.
Oh, Dan.
Adam Silver thought he had it all figured out. The NBA commissioner poured millions into the WNBA, expecting steady growth and positive headlines. Instead, he got the biggest public relations nightmare of his career, all because of
Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
Basketball player who decided to swing a golf club. Caitlin Clark was supposed to be the golden goose, the rookie sensation who would finally make the WNBA profitable. Silver watched from his Manhattan office as ticket sales exploded, viewership shattered records, and merchandise flew off shelves. Everything seemed perfect until it all went sideways faster than a bad three-point shot. But here's where things get interesting. The very league Silver bankrolled started treating their biggest star like a practice dummy.
LPGA understand what's great for business. Not what's good for business, what's great. It'd be nice if the WNBA could get with the program. It'd be nice if you didn't allow your greatest asset to get beat up and hacked and fouled 94 feet and be targeted since day one of stepping into the league. It'd be nice, it'd be smart, you'd be better off, but you guys are gonna do what you want to do.
Every game, Clark got hammered with flagrant fouls. Veteran players targeted her with cheap shots. The media downplayed her achievements. And the worst part? WNBA leadership just sat there and watched it happen. Silver started getting uncomfortable phone calls. Nike
what that could do for their sport. They understand that let's say 1,000 new eyeballs, 10,000 new eyeballs show up. If only they could get a fraction of those new eyeballs to become fans, they understand that's a win. They understand that that's a bonus. They understand that's not the opportunity that comes across them every single day. So they need to capitalize on this moment. We also had the speaking engagement that Caitlin Clark took part in last season. I'm assuming we're going to run it all back. We're going to run it all back. We're going to have the speaking engagement, the panel.
The executives were furious. Television networks demanded explanations. Corporate sponsors began asking pointed questions about why their investment was being wasted on a league that seemed determined to sabotage itself. The breaking point came when Clark stepped onto that golf course in Florida. Not only that, but she absolutely dominated the headlines in a sport that had nothing to do with basketball. Tiger Woods praised her swing. Nelly Korda became her instant best friend. The internet exploded with admiration for Clark's natural talent. Meanwhile, Silver watched the numbers roll in with growing horror. The LPGA gained more social media followers
for bringing all these eyeballs and, the Caitlin Clark effect that we talk about, viewership, money, all of those things. All of the people who were shouting this for the entire WNBA season, this is an instance where we are proved correct. You see her at this event, you see the kind of noise that this is making, you see that this is trending on social media, you see that SportsCenter, Bleacher Report, all of these places, every media outlet is covering this, and you don't say anything. That's what we were talking about this whole season. We were correct. The fans that were saying that the WNBA seems to be trying to quiet the noise of Caitlin Clark, not letting her shine to her full ability, and not, in turn, not helping your own players in the league, we were right. And this event proved it, because the LPGA did literally everything correct. They capitalized on the moment. They found a way to put it on television. They allowed people to be there. Caitlin was signing autographs. They put their best golfer.
It was so amazing. She's so sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people out here.
One day than the WNBA had gained all season. Golf merchandise featuring Clark started outselling WNBA jerseys. SportsCenter dedicated more airtime to her golf debut than they had to the entire WNBA playoffs. And then came the phone calls that made Silver's blood run cold. Major corporate partners started questioning their WNBA investments. Why should they fund a league that actively discouraged fan engagement? Why support an organization that seemed allergic to promoting their own stars?
I'll probably ever play this game. It's super fun and special for me. Like, I'm a fan of both of them, but a fan of, all the women on this tour. I think it's absolutely incredible.
Earlier, they actually had odds that, she was like third or fourth in the betting odds to be MVP of the WNBA. That's such a slap in the face to every WNBA.
Silver realized he had a massive problem. The NBA had invested heavily in the WNBA's growth, expecting returns on that investment. Instead, he was watching millions of dollars get flushed down the drain because WNBA leadership couldn't figure out basic marketing principles. The golf tournament wasn't just embarrassing for the WNBA, it was a direct threat to Silver's reputation as a competent commissioner. His peers in professional sports were quietly laughing at the situation. How could the NBA's supposedly brilliant leader allow such a spectacular mismanagement of talent? The phone calls started coming in fast and furious. Nike's executive team demanded an emergency meeting with Silver. They had invested massive amounts in WNBA partnerships, expecting Caitlin Clark to be the face of women's basketball for the next decade. Instead, they watched their biggest potential star get systematically destroyed by the very league they were funding. Gatorade pulled their representatives out of WNBA headquarters within hours of Clark's golf performance. Their marketing team had already designed entire campaigns around her rookie season. Now they were scrambling to redirect those millions toward golf sponsorships. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. A basketball player was making golf more profitable than basketball. But wait, it gets worse. State Farm Insurance, one of the WNBA's longest-standing partners, sent Silver a formal letter expressing concerns about their continued investment. They had specifically requested more Clark-focused marketing opportunities throughout the season. The WNBA's response? Complete radio silence while other players took cheap shots at their investment. Wilson Sporting Goods, the official basketball supplier for the WNBA, started exploring partnerships with professional golf organizations. Their executives realized something the WNBA leadership missed entirely. Clark's crossover appeal was worth more than every other WNBA player combined, and the league was actively wasting it. Let's take a moment to understand what Silver was really facing. The NBA had pumped over $30 million into the WNBA operations this year alone. Television deals, arena improvements, marketing campaigns, player salaries, all of that investment was predicated on growing fan engagement and corporate sponsorship revenue. Clark represented the fastest path to profitability the WNBA had ever seen. Her games drew triple the normal viewership. Merchandise sales increased by 400% whenever she played. Corporate sponsors were literally throwing money at any opportunity to associate with her brand. And here's the kicker. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert had been actively discouraging this golden opportunity. She worried about other players feeling overshadowed. She didn't want the league to become too dependent on one star. She preferred slow, steady growth over explosive popularity. Silver couldn't believe the stupidity. Professional sports leagues dream about generational talents who can transform entire industries. The NFL built dynasties around Tom Brady. The NBA marketed Michael Jordan globally. The WNBA got Caitlin Clark and decided to hide her under a bushel. Major television networks started renegotiating their WNBA contracts. ESPN executives were furious about declining playoff ratings after Clark's team was eliminated. They had promoted the entire season around her rookie campaign, only to watch the league systematically undermine their investment. Now, Silver faced an impossible choice: intervene directly in WNBA operations and risk accusations of micromanaging, or watch millions of dollars in NBA investment get flushed away by incompetent leadership. Here's where the story takes a completely insane turn. While Silver was dealing with angry sponsors, Caitlin Clark was busy making golf look like the smartest sport in America. Every swing she took generated more positive press than the entire WNBA season. The LPGA treated her like royalty, while the WNBA treated her like a punching bag. The contrast couldn't have been more embarrassing. Golf legends were lining up to praise Clark's natural ability. Annika Sorenstam personally invited her to future tournaments. Professional golfers were asking for her autograph. Meanwhile, women's NBA veterans were still complaining about her getting too much attention. But the real gut punch came when the numbers started rolling in. The LPGA's social media engagement skyrocketed overnight. Their Instagram followers increased by 200,000 in 24 hours. Golf equipment sales spiked across the country as young girls suddenly wanted to try the sport Clark made look effortless. Silver had to watch this train wreck over real time. The sport his league had ignored was now benefiting from the talent his league had wasted. Golf courses around the country reported massive increases in junior program enrollment. Young athletes were abandoning basketball camps to sign up for golf lessons. And then came the media coverage that made Silver want to hide under his desk. Every major sports outlet ran stories comparing how golf embraced Clark versus how basketball rejected her. ESPN analysts openly questioned WNBA leadership. Sports Illustrated published a scathing editorial about missed opportunities in women's sports. The golf tournament exposed something deeply embarrassing about professional basketball culture. Here was a sport traditionally known for exclusivity and elitism, showing more class than a league that prided itself on diversity and inclusion. Golf welcomed Clark with open arms, while basketball players threw elbows at her ribs. Not only that, but Clark's golf performance proved she was genuinely athletically gifted beyond basketball. Her swing mechanics were nearly perfect. Her course management showed incredible strategic thinking. Professional golf instructors were amazed by her natural feel for the game. This revelation made the WNBA's treatment of her even more inexcusable. They hadn't just mishandled a basketball player, they had wasted a generational athlete who could have elevated multiple sports. Golf was smart enough to recognize her value immediately. Basketball was too stupid to protect what they already had. The worst part for Silver, other professional sports leagues were taking notes. The MLS reached out to Clark for promotional opportunities. Tennis organizations invited her to celebrity tournaments. Even NASCAR expressed interest in having her participate in exhibition events. Silver realized the WNBA hadn't just lost a player, they had created a blueprint for how not to manage superstar talent. Every other league was learning from their mistakes, while basketball continued making the same errors. Let's rewind to the moment Silver realized this wasn't just a PR problem anymore. His assistant walked into his office with a stack of legal documents that made his stomach drop. Contract cancellation notices, sponsorship withdrawal letters, partnership termination agreements. The financial bleeding was happening faster than anyone anticipated. State Farm's legal team had found a clause in the WNBA contract allowing them to exit if the league failed to adequately promote marketable athletes. They were invoking that clause specifically because of how Clark was handled. Their lawyers argued deliberately minimizing their biggest star constituted a breach of promotional obligations. Nike's response was even more devastating. They had guaranteed certain marketing opportunities in exchange for their massive sponsorship deal. The WNBA's systematic suppression of Clark violated multiple contract provisions. Nike wasn't just threatening to leave, they were demanding refunds for non-delivered promotional value. But here's the part that really made Silver panic. Wilson Sporting Goods was already in advanced negotiations with golf equipment manufacturers. They wanted to pivot their entire women's sports marketing budget away from basketball toward golf. The WNBA was about to lose their official ball supplier because they couldn't figure out basic star management. The domino effect was accelerating beyond Silver's worst nightmares. Corporate sponsors weren't just leaving the